Monica Rial, ladies and gentlemen. She went on a podcast the other day and it was quite interesting to say the least. You know, she come out with a couple of things where people are talking and the person who she's talking to, they're like, oh, I don't know how you can be so positive and all this kind of stuff. Which is like, fair enough, okay, you know, how she's dealing with everything. I will hand it to her. And I will admit, Monica's actually done pretty well with all of this. And she actually explains in this podcast that she doesn't speak online to a lot of people and she doesn't reply to a lot of things, which is something that I went over many times in past videos. And that's the best way to deal with something. And I think a lot of people have actually they've not gone off Monica sort of thing, but it's almost like they're gravitating towards her because she's actually handling everything really, really well, which she is. And the only person who's actually ruining it for her is her fiancé, Ron Toye. Fair enough, she does say that people are saying about things about her family, friends, and all this. With all of that, I'm not exactly happy with people, with her saying it as well, but that people are going after her family. If they are, they should stop it, because her family's got nothing to do with any of this. It's about her, Marchi, and Ron Toye, and obviously, who else has ever said something about it? But I've said this many, many times. No one is ever going to know what happened. No one is. You know, Monica will probably know, VM will probably know, Marchi not too sure, and Ron Toye, well, he's just so far off the end of the earth. When you got people on KV saying, Ron, shut up, you know something's wrong. And it's kind of interesting because the way Ron Toye has gone out of his way, you know, texting Nick Recader nearly every single day for some reason. It's almost like he's obsessed with Nick, which I think he is, because Ron cannot get that kind of control over Nick, which he does other people. And he thinks, oh, I'm being the big man, I'll say whatever I want to you, I'm going to sue these people, I'm going to do this. But nothing comes of it because they are literally just threats which are done by a little man. That's exactly what it is. We saw it over the weekend with someone who's a cosplayer and she's literally said, I'm going to sue everyone and I stand with V. First of all, good luck with that. It's going to be very expensive. 2, quite a few people don't even live in the States, so that's going to be even more expensive than if you try and get a lawyer in the States. And it's just not going to work because, again, it's just a very, very poor threat from someone. But what we're going to take a look at today is 3 videos that basically is part of the podcast that Monica done, and we're going to play them now.
I've said it before in so many ways, but I don't understand where you get the strength to sound as strong as you do some days, because Jesus Christ, dude. I'm so proud of you.
Like, thank you. And I love you. And I think the thing that keeps me going is the fact that I just keep reminding myself, these people don't know me. They've never met me. The people that are making YouTube videos, like, the reason I don't respond is because it's not worth my time. These are people who've never met me. They don't care about me. And they're entertaining. Like, the reason that they're doing this is because they're trying to entertain the masses. None of this stuff is true.
It's all sensationalizing.
Yes, 100%. They don't actually believe any of that stuff. And so, at this point, I'm like taking the high road, because everybody that I work with supports me. Everybody that I'm friends with supports me. The majority of the fans support me. So, I'm sorry that these people don't know me and like to talk smack about me and my fiance and my family and my friends. But eventually it'll all come out and people will realize, like, who the good people are and who aren't. Because it's like, look, I'm not going to give any of that my time. It's not worth it. And it makes me sad that there are people in this world that have nothing better to do than to try to tear other people down to pull themselves up. But I do believe in karma. So I'm not too concerned about it, because I know in the end, they'll have to pay for what they've done. So not my problem. No. I will let karma do its thing.
Karma.
But thank you, Terry. That means the world.
It's even more so troubling because people have found that it's like 4 times more, 4 times more intense than what you went through, just constantly reliving it by having to tell a story again, or having
100%.
to deal with, the aftermath of this kind of, the harassment and the disbelief and the channels and whatever it is.
Or but having people who don't know you and who weren't there try to manipulate what you said into their idea of what they think happened. And it's like, you guys, okay, I'm the one that was there. I'm the one that was traumatized. I could draw you a picture of the freaking hotel room if you really wanted. But okay, you tell me how I felt and what happened. You go right ahead. But yeah, it's frustrating. But at the same time, people are people, and I don't fault them for it. I forgive all of these people that harass me just because I'm like, they don't understand. They don't get the full deal. And eventually I'll be able to talk about it and I will be very clear. But right now it's like, there's only so much that I can say about it, and I can't, and I won't give any of the trolls the time of day because it's just not worth it.
No.
But eventually it'll be nice to be able to say, hey, so remember when they told you that this happened? Well, here's what actually happened, and here's the receipts. Because that's the thing, is that all of these people that are lying about us seem to forget that, I have documents and documentation and stuff that shows that they're lying. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's like, but, go ahead and believe who you want to believe. I get it.
Yeah.
It was really bad for a while. And even still now, it's mostly just if Funimation posts something or Sentai or whatever, there'll be some people on there. I think most of them are bots anyway. But what really makes me sad about it, and this says a lot, not just about people online, but just our country as a whole, is I'm tired of people not taking the time to educate themselves and just listening to what somebody else says on the subject and taking that as truth.
Right.
Don't be a lemming. And same thing for like the lawsuit stuff. It's like, if you're going to watch one YouTuber talk about it who doesn't even know what's going on, who hasn't read a court document, then you're only getting a very slighted side of the story. Like, you don't even know what's going on. And that's what's frustrating.
As you can see, she does go over saying about people's never met her, people are only seeing one part of the story, and basically that's really it. And obviously saying about bots and whatnot. First of all, I would just like to say myself. So you got me, you got Tug, Yellow Flash, SG Sammy, all of us. We've read all the court documents. We've done videos on the court documents. We've read them all. Even the stupid ones that Monica's lawyer keeps putting out there, which is literally detailing every single little thing, which, again, is taking up space and time for the people who have to read them. In the courts, this is not us. And when you see, like, Jimmy Marchi's lawyer, who literally does a couple of pages, yeah, this is it, that's it. But obviously we saw Lenoir, who's no longer there, or if he is, he's just hiding in the back because, well, he's not really out there at the moment, is he? And he's also gone quiet on Twitter, which is kind of interesting on the whole situation. And when you got Monica saying, oh, you're only getting one side of the story, people on YouTube, they're not doing this, they're not reading this, they're not reading that. Again, the argument could be said that everyone on KV is exactly the same apart from a handful of people, because a lot of people on KV, when you tell them something has happened, or in this court document so-and-so says this, they're like, where's that to? Where's that? I never saw that. So I just go to show that they're not even reading the documents. As you can see as well, on my channel, on Nick's, Yellow Flash, Tugs, everyone who's covering this issue, we've all got videos, and some of them are quite long. We're going over 10, 20, 30 minutes sometimes talking about these documents, and we're going through the documents on a video. And one of the things I liked about what Monica was saying in these as well is saying, oh, they're reading this and then they're only getting one side of the story. Well, that's not what it is. We're reading these documents and then we're giving our opinion on what they've said. And again, people may say, oh, your opinion doesn't count. That's fair enough. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone has. And if you don't follow someone else's opinion, they'll try to attack you, which is exactly what KV does. And if you don't follow them, you're every name under the sun that ends with ism. That's what you are. They'll just try and get you, they'll try and deplatform you if you don't go by what they think. Which is kind of a sad way to be, and kind of a sad way to think, because with them doing that, that just shows Monica. Well, let's stick with Monica, because Jamie Marchi, well, she's just an absolute nutcase. But with Monica, she's probably seeing that as well, because, again, she's not replying to anyone much on Twitter, which I will hand it to her for that. You know, she is staying. She's doing exactly what her lawyer told Ron to do. But Ron is like, no, I'm not going to listen to anyone. I'm going to be me. I'm going to go over everyone's head, and I'm going to tweet Nick Recader. Which is what he did, and it turned out that, well, he was just being a little bit of an idiot. When you got people on his own side saying, shut up, Ron, you know something's up. But with everything that's gone on, and in these videos where she says, no one knows us. You are right, we don't know you. But we're sticking up for a man where there's no evidence. Again, people can say, well, this testimony is evidence. Yes, it is. But so is the testimonies and sworn statements of Stan and Chuck. But again, no, you come back and say that they're lying. Well, we can say you're lying. It's that kind of dynamic, like I said at the beginning of this video, and many times in the past. No one will ever know what happened. The truth will never come out. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see all you wonderful people soon.